What if the next adventure bike that really shook the market came from Royal Enfield? Yeah, that's right, Royal Enfield. While everyone's eyes are on the big names, Yamaha, KTM, Triumph, a quiet storm might be brewing in the shadows. And it's not just a rumor anymore. Recent spy shots from Europe have revealed something unexpected: a larger, tougher, and way more capable version of the Himalayan in full testing gear. It looks like a beast. Taller stance, beefier frame, wire spoked, wheels, and that front end? It screams serious off-road potential. But here's where it gets really interesting. Word is, this machine might be powered by a new version of Enfield's 650cc twin, or even something bigger, possibly a 750. Now hold on, let's just imagine that for a second. A mid-weight adventure bike with vintage style, a parallel, twin engine, long travel suspension, and enough grunt to actually tackle American highways and back roads with ease. Oh, and all that for a price that might seriously undercut the Tenor 700, KTM 790 Adventure, or even the Suzuki V-Strom 800. Sounds almost too good to be true, right? But here's the thing. Royal Enfield has been playing the long game. First, with the Meteor, then the Interceptor 650. Step by step, they've been building not just motorcycles, but momentum. And now, this might just be the moment they step into the global adventure segment with something bold. So let's ask the question no one saw coming. Could Royal Enfield, the brand once known for slow, simple classics, be about to release the most important adventure bike of the decade? We're about to break down what we know, what we've seen, and why this mystery machine could be the most disruptive ADV launch in years. Asterisk. When the first images leaked, it didn't take long for the internet to start buzzing. And for good reason. The bike spotted on the European roads didn't look like any Himalayan we've seen before. This wasn't just a facelift. This was a total redesign. The first thing that jumps out is the size. It's bigger. The stance is more aggressive. The frame looks reinforced, and there's clearly more ground clearance. Up front, you've got a tall windscreen, long travel suspension, and large wire-spoked wheels. Likely a 21-inch front and a 17 or 18-inch rear. Classic signs of serious off-road intent. But the heart of the mystery is the engine. While Royal Enfield hasn't confirmed anything, insiders and auto journalists are betting on a new version of their beloved 650C. Parallel twin, the same one found in the Interceptor and Super Meteor. But here's the twist. Rumor has it the engine's been reworked for more torque and possibly more displacement, up to 750cc. That would put it in the same league as the Tenor 700 or even the Tiger 660. And that's a huge leap from the current Himalayan, which runs on a modest 411cc single cylinder. Looking closer at the test bike, you'll notice a completely different subframe, suggesting it's built to carry more weight, luggage, pillion, maybe even auxiliary tanks. The ergonomics hint at long-distance travel, with a wide, comfortable seat and upright posture. Everything screams purpose-built adventure. There are still plenty of unknowns: electronics, rider aids, pricing. But one thing is clear. This isn't just a new Himalayan. It's something bigger, something bolder. And it's beginning to look like Royal Enfield is gearing up to take on the giants. Asterisk. Now, let's talk about why this matters, especially if you're riding in the USA DVE and TURE. Bikes have exploded in popularity over the last few years. Riders are looking for versatility, something that can cruise down the highway, handle a rough trail, and still look good parked at a coffee shop. But here's the catch. The options in the midweight category often come with trade-offs. The Yamaha Tenor 700. Amazing off-road, but no rider modes, no traction control. The KTM 890. A powerhouse, but pricey and packed with tech that not everyone wants. The Suzuki V-Strom 800. Comfortable, but heavier and not as dirt-ready. Each one nails something, but misses something else. That's the sweet spot. Royal Enfield could be aiming for. Imagine a bike that brings enough power for US highways and fully loaded touring, real off-road capability, simplicity, and ruggedness over excessive electronics, and a price tag that doesn't make your wallet cry. That's a combination we haven't really seen yet in this segment. And it might be exactly what a lot of riders have been waiting for. Let's not forget, the original Himalayan, even with its small engine, gained a loyal following in the US because it offered something different. It wasn't fast, but it was charming. It wasn't tech-heavy, but it was honest. This new version could take all of that character and finally pair it with real long-distance potential. And if the price stays anywhere near Royal Enfield's current strategy, this could flip the market upside down. Asterisk, here's where things get interesting and a little uncertain. Because let's be honest, building a good-looking, affordable adventure bike is one thing. But creating a truly capable machine that can compete head-to-head with the giants of the category? That's a whole different challenge. Royal Enfield is known for simplicity, mechanical reliability, and classic design. That's their DNA, but the modern ADV world is a tough arena. Riders today expect more than just charm and torque. They want features that make long trips safer, smoother, and more enjoyable. Will the big Himalayan have ride modes, traction control, switchable ABS, a TFT screen, cruise control maybe? Or will it stick to the bare essentials and hope that's enough? And then there's the build quality. The suspension needs to take a beating. The brakes have to inspire confidence. The engine has to pull hard, even fully loaded, without overheating on desert highways or mountain climbs. It's a balancing act. Too much tech, and they risk alienating fans who love the raw simplicity of the brand. Too little, and the bike might feel outdated compared to competitors. But here's the thing. Royal Enfield has been getting better fast. The Super Meteor 650 is smoother, better finish, and more refined than anything they made a decade ago. They've shown they can grow without losing their soul. So the real question isn't if they can build a bike like this. It's how far they're willing to push. Because if they get this balance right, everything changes. Asterisk. So, here we are. After all the clues, all the spy shots, and all the speculation. What's the answer to the question we started with? Could Royal Enfield, of all brands, really be about to launch the most important adventure bike of the decade? If this prototype becomes a production model with a torque-free twin-cylinder engine, long travel suspension, real off-road capability, and a price tag under $10,000, then yes, absolutely because that's not just another motorcycle. That's a message. It says, you don't need to spend a fortune to explore the world. You don't need cutting-edge electronics to climb mountains. You don't need to follow the same brands everyone else does to have a real adventure. You just need a bike that's honest, reliable, built to take a hit, and exciting enough to make you want to get up and ride. And if this big Himalayan delivers on even half of what it promises, it could redefine what we expect from mid-weight ADV bikes, not just in India or Europe, but right here in the US. Now it's your turn. Would you ride one? Would you trade your Tenor, your V-Strom, or even your KTM for a bold, retro-styled Enfield if it could really go the distance? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button if you're excited to see where this is going. And don't forget to subscribe, because if Royal Enfield really pulls this off, we're going to have a lot more to talk about.